Good evening, guys. It's Pete from iconicdaytrading.com going over our weekly webinar, a little weekly review on some of the trades that we took, um, some progress that was made in the room. We had four members, one in particular that really had a great realization after working with him on the phone for a while. And he kind of did a little self reflection, uh, which I really want to start off this webinar talking about. The majority of you here, with the exception of a few that are pretty far advanced, the majority are here because of not being able to grasp other rooms or their trading styles or their lack of teaching or a combination of a whole bunch of things. When you join my room, I know a lot of the applications said, that I'm going to be your last chance, and if it doesn't work out for me, then you guys are going to be done trading. So, like I said during the week, I'm fully committed to making you guys successful. The foundation must be built in order to be a successful trader. And I'm trying to build a foundation, and I'm also trying to find a balance between giving good calls so you can make some money along the way, but also understanding why you're taking those calls. Okay. If you're just in the room to follow the calls, I'm going to say this again, you are in the wrong room. I will start being more aggressive with my trade entries and my trade exits, but you need to understand the whys. Okay. And the majority, I feel, of the issues that probably 80% of the traders have in this room, they haven't really stepped back and did their trade reviews and think about, okay, I have all this information, or I thought I had all this information. I thought I was given the tools to be successful. How come this got successful and I can't make the transition and be successful? So that's where you need to step back and say, okay, there has to be some kind of trading psychology that you need to examine. You need to take a step back and think about why you haven't cleared the hurdle yet. And it could very well be that you're brand new to the game, or if you've only been into trading for a couple months and really no one's even taught you. It could be as simple as that. But the ones that have been in the game for more than 6 to 8 months and still haven't became a successful trader, or even a consistent trader for that matter, there's something else going on within your trading. So the book that I recommend is Mark Douglas. It's called Trading in the Zone. Okay, that's one of them. And the other one I recommended to this member was written by Linda Ratsky, and I saved this book from 1999, and I still have the book. That's how important this book was to me. I will post this the name and the author. I'll post it in chat tomorrow. I think trading psychology needs to be addressed in every trader. In their total toolbox, trading psychology is extremely important. And for those that don't address this side of the trading aspect, are the ones that will never make it as a successful trader. Because the patterns are always the same, and especially in this group. We'll have guys that'll be consistent, be consistent, and then all of a sudden, one day they'll blow up their whole account, and they'll lose everything they made all month on one trade. And it's a consistent pattern. And there's a reason why they're doing it. I don't know what the reason is, but it's something inside of you. It's a feeling of holding yourself back, and you need to figure out why you're holding yourself back. So if you're having problems, struggling, getting over the hump, or having issues of, okay, well, I'm so successful in this business, I'm doing the studying, I'm putting in my screen time, I'm trading. How come it's not correlating over to the markets? Because with the markets, you're up against the best. Every day we are up against the best professional traders out there. Okay. And we need to be on top of our game. And it's you against the markets. And if you cannot accept being wrong once in a while and cutting your losses, then you're not going to be around in this game. And it's not about really just accepting being wrong. It's just entering the trade at possibly the wrong time, or not even knowing why you're entering a trade or why you're exiting the trade. There's two questions that I have on my desk, that I've had on my desk ever since I've been doing this full time. And I took a course by Dr. Andrew Menaker. He's called the Prop Doc. He is a trading psychologist to all the hedge funds and all the major prop firms. Okay, it was an expensive course. It was not worth it for me because I did a lot of reading, a lot of studying over the years. You can go to YouTube and just Google Dr. Andrew Menaker, Menaker, and watch certain clips. That will be very helpful and give you some insight into why you might be struggling or why you're doing this self-destructive behavior. The traders that I have, most of them have been trading for over 6 to 8 months, have been to multiple rooms, buying multiple DVDs, and they still can't get over the hump. So it's not so much the education. It is partially the education, but it's more the trading psychology. And having this one trader come to this realization, I mean, I'm like so proud of this guy because it's like all of a sudden it clicked. He got it. He understands the mindset that you need to have to bring to the markets every day. Okay, and until you make that transition, you're always going to be holding yourself back, and you're going to be hurting yourself. Going back to those two questions that are on my desk that I look at every day. The first one is, am I acting in my best interest right now? And my best interest is to protect my capital and try to grow my capital. Okay, that is number one. I always act in my best interest, and I constantly ask myself that. And if I am not, I take myself out of the trade. Simple as that. Second question is, focus on doing what's right, not on being right. Okay, two very simple questions, but think about it, they're two very powerful questions. Okay, it's not about being right. It's about doing what's right for me, okay, or for you as a trader. And number one is having a plan for every trade, having an exit for every trade, know why you're trading, okay, and what you're looking for, and always have a set stop loss. That's all you need to do is follow the basic patterns, okay, which for the newcomers, there are so many patterns out there, we haven't even touched the surface, but I'm giving you the 3 to 4 to 5 patterns that really all you need to know right now to get consistent. Once you get consistent, we can go to a whole nother level. But consistency right now is what I want for you guys. Once we get consistent, then we can grow and be more aggressive. And then I can start making those huge, huge calls that I really am not making right now. And it's not because they're not there. It's just, number one, okay, for me to take those trades, I need to be 110% focused. Number two, I don't want the newer traders taking these trades because they are pretty aggressive. And number three, I know that there are some traders that will say, no, I'm not going to take the trades, but please call them. And I know they're going to take the trades. And they will not honor their stops, and they will take a hit to their account. So I'm trying to balance everything here between my trading, okay, building this room, building you guys, giving you a foundation to grow off of, still giving you calls during the day so you can make some money, okay, and also trying to help out the advanced traders that we have. So it's going to be give and take for probably like the next 2 or 3 weeks until I figure out the best way to manage everybody that's in our room. I still feel that we have an awesome group of traders. We all complement each other. Okay. Um, but there's been a lot of private messaging going on to two traders in particular. Um, and I am able to see the private messages, okay? And if these traders want to respond and help you guys out, great. By all means, that's fine. Personally, being that I'm the one that's trying to teach you how to trade and how to get over the roadblocks, the questions should come to me and not be looking for trades, okay? Because if I feel that the majority of the room are ready to take trades that I do not call out, then you really shouldn't be in the room. Because again, I'm here to help you. I'm here to protect your capital. If you don't have capital, you're going to be wiped out of the game. So before you private message any of the more astute traders that we have in the room, please message me first, okay? Because these other traders are paying to learn, just like you guys are, and you know, not like they mind doing it. I just think it's getting to a point where it's not gonna be conducive for the room, and it's not gonna help you guys grow. Okay, I can give you calls all day long if I feel that you're ready to take the calls. Okay, but that's not what the room was about. The room was about learning the basic patterns, knowing why you're in a trade, have a plan, execute it, make your money, get out, move on to the next one. So that being said, 2 weeks under my belt. I've learned a lot. I got some great feedback. I got some great suggestions on what needs to be tweaked. I'm totally open to, all your suggestions, because if I can't give you what you need, then I am not doing my job. So by all means, keep up the emails, keep up the phone calls. I have no problems taking timeouts, doing chart reviews. You guys know that. But now going into our third week, hopefully we have a good understanding of the patterns, okay? And hopefully I can be a little bit more aggressive on my calls that I will be making during the day. But I do expect you to honor the stops, okay? The last thing I want is a trader blowing up in my room. So I appreciate the trust that everyone is giving me by joining this room. I believe that we are onto something very special with each other. There's no one else out there doing what I'm doing with the transparency that I'm offering. Doing the trade reviews over the phone, it's like there's no reason why you can't be successful. So I'm giving you the tools. Just follow them. Have patience. Don't be looking for the fast buck, because when you look for the fast buck, it's going to wipe you out. Okay? You need to learn why you are trading to begin with. And I'm going to use Mark for example. He sent me, a really nice email, and he just said, that I'm teaching him how to fish, and that's exactly what I want to do. I can give you calls all day long, okay? But if you don't know why you're taking the calls, you should not be trading. You shouldn't be trading. You need to learn why you're taking the calls. And then once you do that, the world is going to open up. The world is going to be your oyster. You can pick out thousands of dollars a day out of this market if you know what you're doing and you're focusing on the simple setups. So that being said, let's go over a couple of these charts. We'll start with some of these from last week. And I also wanted to, I'm just going to minimize the chat box on my end, and then I will open it back up for Q&A after this is over. Restoration Hardware, I believe this was from Friday, I think. This was just a very, very, very simple pattern, guys. Hopefully you can see it here. 2 minute and 5 minute. Every time I hit VWAP right here, Every single time you got to bounce, you got to bounce, you got to bounce. But look at this area right here. Okay, on top of having that little triangle that a lot of traders in this room seem to gravitate to, first thing that you guys got to look at, okay, is right here. You got a higher low. Okay, didn't really happen much over here. It happened a little bit right here. Okay, but nah, not much volume. Okay, right here, elephant bar. Open low, close at its high, elephant bar. That signal, that is a signal that a big move is coming. Okay, came up, tested resistance again, came back, bounced off VWAP. Then you got a green candle. But look right here. Right there is that big volume spike, followed by a higher low. Okay, so right there is what you need to be looking for to go long. It's as simple as that. You got the volume, you got the lower high. What's your risk? Your risk is 99.50. It's held the 99.50 all day. So if you go long here around 99.75, which you should have, this yielded, well, at the time that I took this picture, it was up $100.54. So that would have been almost a point trade, 3/4 of a point trade, with maybe 40-cent risk. I mean, it's just the simplicity of these patterns, along with the volume and the moving averages and the VWAP, is all you need to know. But you just have to follow my calls. And if you start veering off trading your own stocks, you need to stop. Again, unless you're one of the few traders that are in the room that are way past this and looking for me to teach them more methods, more advanced trading methods, more advanced trade management methods, when to add to a trade, when to add again to a trade. That's all coming. But being 2 weeks in, I think most of you guys understand a couple of these patterns right now, and that's a great base that we can start building off of. Even on this 5-minute, you can just draw a triangle. You got here, down to here. This right here, 99.50 has been your resistance. You got a higher low. You got volume. That's the long right there. That's an easy 60, 70 cents right there. You got 1,000 shares at $600-700 in 10 minutes. And it was minimal risk. It's just a beautiful chart, simple chart. Once you were in the trade, there was no reason to panic. It never gave you a reason to panic. It was just a beautiful setup. Let's look at YY. This is another setup here. This one is for a little bit of the more aggressive type trader. Okay, on this chart, if you wanted to go long, which I didn't, you could have brought this opening range breakout bar right here. Okay, this is the open. This is the opening range. As soon as you got a higher breakout of the opening range, it's a signal to go long. And this just happened to be an elephant bar, which makes it more powerful. Okay, to me, when I saw this, I didn't really see a huge increase in volume. So man, it's really not big of a deal. And me being a short biased, sell side biased to be exact, I saw this double top up here. Okay, yeah, it's on a 2-minute candle, but to me, it's still a double top. Okay, then it came down and it failed to reclaim the 81.50s. It failed to reclaim the 81.50s. So right here, for the aggressive traders, this is where you start your short position. Okay, there are certain traders that go full size. I don't go full size all the time. This is one instance that I would have went half size, started my short, used the high a day as my stop. Okay, as soon as it failed to retest the high a day, I'm short, half size. Now, comes down, it starts basing. Right here you have support. Well, look what happened. The 9-period moving average is starting to curl. It got rejected. It's trading under the 9. That tells me a change in trend is coming. Okay? I can't stress enough the importance of the stocks trading under or over the moving averages or reclaiming the moving averages. Okay, so right here, when this candle broke this support, you add to your short. Okay, you add to your short. So you got VWAP, clear VWAP, it's hanging down, it's basing again, big elephant bar. Okay, so on this bar being my entry, okay, my full size entry would have been here, my half size here. Okay, I would have got stopped out as soon as it broke the 9. I would have taken this trade off. Okay, even though you see there's no volume down there, the right thing to do, guys, again, the right thing to do is protect your capital. So as soon as it breached the 9, which was my entry, I used this 9 period as my entry. I would have stopped out, but I would have had a point, at least a point, maybe a point and a quarter. So then I'm still watching it. You see the elephant bar, not accompanied by the volume, trying to break out through the 20, didn't break through the 20. You can see this candle got retraced 2/3 back. For those of you that got the Velez video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't gotten the Velez video, you are not giving yourself an opportunity to be a successful trader. Okay, I put it on there for a reason. I don't recommend a lot of the crap that's out there, but what I do recommend, get, because it's meant to make you a better trader. Okay, it helped me tremendously. So if this was a longer time frame, this candle would ended up being red. And again, if you watch the video, you'll understand why. It came up, it retraced, and it closed at the lower half, maybe lower 2/3 of the candle. This whole thing was green at one point, but it got sold into. That's a sign of weakness, guys. Huge sign of weakness. So as soon as that happened, you're under the 9, you go short again. And what's your risk? Your risk is this high right here. Because here it was acting as support. Right here, if you draw a line, it's acting as resistance now. So this 6150 support, I'm sorry, the 8150 support that you had here, once it broke, it's now acting as resistance. So you go short, you use the 6150s as your stop, and you ride it all the way down. And what happened? Okay, you got this 20 MA, never got reclaimed. It's starting to curl. See it starting to move down. Came down, broke the 50, came up, tried to retest VWAP, and the 9 and the 20, all in the same area right here. Right here, if I wasn't short anywhere else, full size right here, full size short. From an 80 break down to 78.67 when I took this picture. For the aggressive traders, you start half size here, come down, didn't reclaim, you add here, write it down, take your stops, look for reentry. And it's just draw a line on the 80 50s right here, guy. You got this holding. Once it breaks, it's now it can't break it again. So it's weak stock, moving average cross, under VWAP, you load the boat and go short. Beautiful, beautiful, simple trade. And all the trades that you notice that I take are simple trending trades. And they're the ones that I try to find for you guys in the morning. So again, when I put up my watch list, I'm not just putting for stocks. I'm not just throwing stocks up there that are moving. I'm putting stocks up there that are moving that I feel that are going to trend and have points to be taken. Points that you can take from the stocks. Okay. I try to make my picks as stress-free for my traders as possible. As we get better as a group, we're going to start playing a little bit more aggressive when the time is right. For the few traders that I have right now, I'm just going to be probably PMing them the aggressive trades because I don't want the newer traders to get caught up in the hype, because that's what brought you to my room. Everyone else is selling you bullshit. Everyone else is selling you the hype. Okay? It's not about that. I'm about trying to teach you guys how to trade. Once you know how to trade, you'll know what stocks to stay away from, and you'll know what stocks to trade, and you will know how to trade them. It's as simple as that. Craft. Craft is, I think I touched this on my last video, but I just wanted to bring it up again because it was such a beautiful, beautiful call by Evan, I think, made this call. Again, the simplicity of this trade and the lack of stress is really the essence of what I look for. Okay, so right here, you see this thing grinding all day. Couldn't break this 87.50 area. Okay, all day it's been trying, holding the 50 period moving average. Couldn't break it. Okay, so now you look down, elephant bar. Okay, so for those that are looking to go long, they got long right here. But if you look at the bottom, there's not really a lot of volume that acts as confirmation to me that this is a real breakout. Okay, so I'm watching it. I see what happens here. Then look what happens. You're starting to get lower highs, lower highs. The candles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. When you have candles that are getting smaller and smaller, you kind of visualize it like, I'm going to use Nate, for example, as a basketball. You just drop it. It'll bounce up. Next time it'll bounce a little bit lower, bounce a little bit lower. All of a sudden, it's just going to stop bouncing. And that's what these candles here told me. It failed to make higher highs. You're making lower highs. It broke the 9-period moving average. Right here is where you can start your short position, okay, if you're the aggressive type trader. Right here, when this moving average cross, this is where you go full in, okay? Yeah, it's still on the 50, but what's your risk? Your risk is 12 cents, an eighth, pretty much, high day. Then as soon as it broke the 50 period, you're all in and just ride this all the way down. This was a sweet setup, a great call, a great find, minimal risk, minimal risk. There's not another room out there that will tell you, yep, you're only risking 30 cents, but you can make 2 and 3 points on this trade. And I'm showing you that it can be done. It can be done. You just have to follow and have discipline. It's as simple as that. Humana, and after this chart, I'm going to take just a couple minutes and talk about my own trading, and then get back, because there's something that I do need to cover. This Humana, you guys all know the hospitals and healthcare has been in play this whole past week. So with this Humana, let's start with the 5 minute. Okay, you can draw a line right here. Okay, this has been support all day. It's been support. All the moving averages are going down. You're getting closer and closer and closer. Moving average cross right there. Okay, came down, retested VWAP, couldn't break it. So right here you have this line around 187 that acted as support. As soon as that broke, you go full short. And you can see, I went short there, okay, I covered, I pretty much scalped it, okay. I could have rode it all the way down, okay, but for me, my plan on this trade was to scalp it. And if you look at the 15 minute, when you look at multiple time frames, it's more apparent on the 15 minute. You got the 167s acting as support. You got the moving average cross. That's a signal that you need to short this stock. Okay. And when I talk about multiple time frames line up, this one lined up with the same breakout right here. So I got almost a point out of this scalp. That's all I was looking for. I could have wrote it down for another point and a half, but that wasn't in my plan of why I took the trade. So it put in a double bottom, came back up, rejected the 50 period moving average. If you wanted to take a short, you could have taken a short here around 188. I'm sorry, 186. and then ride all the way back down to 184. I did scalp a little bit here for like, I don't know, like 50 cents, 60 cents. But this trade for me was a scalp. So during, I think it was Friday, one of the traders asked me about, why am I scalping, you know, a lot or not a lot, or, why am I getting in and getting out um, more so than riding the whole trend. And I'm just, going to tell you just like I told him. I went in one trade. I forget what it was. I had way, way, way too much size for this one trade. I took the trade off for scratch. It ended up working in my favor, but I was waiting for this Netflix. I was waiting for this Netflix trade. Let's see, I should have the symbol up here. I was waiting for, and I wanted to nail this, and I actually did nail this, but not as much as I wanted to. I think I called this long around 6:58. I'm like, guys, Netflix is going higher. Netflix is going higher by the end of the day, and it actually did. And the ideal entry point, this is a bottoming candle. Ideal entry point would have been right here. As soon as this area broke, 6:58, ideal entry to go long all the way up. I called it in chat. I took it. I only scalped it. It was a very volatile trade. You can see these wicks. Okay, this thing was moving in dollars, but this was a trade that I wanted to nail down here, but I missed it, and that's okay. So I ended up scalping it. The arrows that you see on my charts, I'm probably going to take off for now, unless you want to see them. But sometimes, especially toward the end of the month, when I am at my goal for the month, okay, I'll just scalp, okay, because I already met my monthly goal, and I'll just scalp my trades in and out. What you need to pay attention to is what I'm telling you to do, okay, because what works for me when I do my little scalps, and I'm telling you guys to go long over 558 and not to sell, but you see me selling some, that's just what's working for me and what I want to get out of the trade. Okay? So what I tell you to do is more important than you looking at where I'm getting out of my trades. Because like I said, once I hit a certain amount for the month, or I'm close to a certain amount, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm done. I'll scalp all day long. Okay? I don't like to get greedy. Once you get greedy, that's when you start losing your money. So I'll probably bring this up in chat tomorrow about the arrows. More importantly, don't look at my arrows. Listen to my voice. I will tell you when to get in. I'll tell you when to get out, and I will be more exact with my recommendations. That being said, going forward within my recommendation, I'm always going to say, in my opinion, this is where I would buy, or in my opinion, this is where I would sell. Due to the SEC regulations, I am not a registered investment advisor. So I am not going to tell you to buy at 68.50. I'm going to say, in my opinion, this is where I would enter. Okay? So in essence, that's where you go. Okay? So let's do a couple more charts. ZTS was another beautiful, beautiful trade. I believe this was on Friday as well. For those of you that joined me in pre-market, I called this short. I have to get up. I called this short at 55 or 55.50 pre-market. Okay, and I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that we would have such a huge sell-off here. Okay, so if you were short and took this short pre-market, you made about 6 points in a matter of 5 minutes. Simple breakdown. I knew it was going to fade. It couldn't sustain this big move up. It couldn't do it. There was no reason for it. It had a bid or something, but these are the stocks that you need to know aren't going to hold their gains. I knew it was going to fade. I just never anticipated this much of a fade. So again, I ended up scalping it. I missed a big move because I never ever thought it was going to drop this far this fast. So like, Pete, why'd you scalp it so far down into the move? How'd you know it was going to go down? Well, if I scalp it here, which is where I got short, what's my risk? My risk is right here, which is VWAP. I had minimal risk. All right, and I almost pulled out a point on this scalp. And I was friggin' 4 points late to the game. So again, don't look at my arrows. Listen to my voice and follow what I say to be trading. Because the trades are there to protect you. The trades are there to pay you without having a heart attack about every single tick. Okay, trading should not be that difficult. Okay, it's the trade management. It's the self insight that you need to have to really understand what you need to be doing at any given time during a trade. If you're in a trade and you're sweating and you're panicking and you're worried about every tick, you're not emotionally ready to be trading a lot of shares. Okay? Because you go into a trade, you already have a predefined risk. Okay? So let's just say with this Z, okay, this was Zillow, I believe, again on Friday. Look at this right here. Consolidation had support all day long, all day long. All of a sudden it snapped. Moving averages crossed, huge snap down. Okay, I missed this. This was a really fast snap. I missed it. It was a great call, but this was too far of a chase. The ideal short is on the retracement. Going back to VWAP, which it did break. It broke to 9. Okay, a little bit of volume came in. Okay, which is short covering right then and there. Then it came back down. It broke VWAP. It couldn't reclaim VWAP. This is where you could have gotten short. It would have been a safe entry for you guys. You wouldn't have had a lot of risk. Your risk would have been above VWAP. It looks like 87.50, so probably 87.63 would have been your risk, a 13-cent risk. So if you're short at 87.50, I took this picture at 86.63. That's almost a point. All red, no sweat, nothing to worry about. Simple, simple trades. So to have these kind of trades going on in late June, to me it's just exciting because it's summertime. And like I told you guys during the week, this is the perfect time to be learning. And if we're able to nail these trades during the slowest time of the year, come late August, September, October, we're going to be pulling points after points after points out of the market if you guys are disciplined and know what stocks to trade. So let's go over 2 more. This is Monsanto, another beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. I called this in a room. I was late. I wanted to get in, but I always felt I was chasing the stock. So you can look here. It's been basing around 110.50 pretty much the whole day. Okay, maybe it was 110.75, but you can see that support that it had. But you can also see it making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It's under all of the moving averages. Then the moving averages cross. It broke VWAP, tried to retest it. It failed. This is the area that you want to go in short and ride the whole thing down. Okay, this again was a simple trending trade of what I look for. Okay, I don't want the stress of having a stock go from a green candle to a red candle to a green candle, moving at points at a time. I don't need that stress. I don't want that stress. That's not trading, guys. That's not trading. So here again, I ended up scalping. I shorted it. I added to it here. I covered some here, and then I let some go. I covered the rest down like 106 or 106.88. But it was just a simple trending trade that this is what we need to look for during the course of the trading day. So let's see. I think we got one more. Let's try this BABA. I think this was Ben. Somebody was playing this pre-market. You can see it gapped down and was holding this 84.50 area, 84.75 area. Okay. Came down, opened, sold off. This right here is a bottoming candle. This tells me that this down move right here is short term. It's over. It came up, tested VWAP, tested VWAP, came down, made a higher low, came up, tested the 20, but it rejected it. Okay, it didn't even come close to reclaiming this area that we had as support previously. So the aggressive traders could have went short here, okay, with your stop being 84.50, 25-cent stop, and ride it all the way down. Because even though it broke here and retraced it on this elephant bar, it didn't take out your point of entry. And it didn't even come close to taking out your stop. Then you had the moving average cross. It broke, retest. You could have added, and then you would have got another 50 cents out of this trade. It was just a beautiful, beautiful trade. And again, all these are just stress-free, painless trades. So going back to my trading, there are times, and I'm going to open up the chat window now. Is it possible to expand to full view with your charts? Yes, I can do that. I can do that. Is that better or is that worse? How's that, guys? Better? I just did it, but I lost the chat box. So you let me know what works for you guys. Same for me. Okay. Try doing it on your end, Mark. Just hit smaller for me right before you change it. It's larger. Okay. So on the top of your toolbar, you should have a little square with 4 arrows, and it says full screen. You can just hit that button and make it full screen. And I'm going to minimize the chat box again. Yes, that worked. Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to minimize chat, make my charts bigger, and then I'll open the chat back up. So again, the 9, the 20, 200, 50, and VWAP. That's all you need to know with volume. Level 2, I'm going to address more this week because I think we're ready for it. There's probably, I think I covered one trader. 3 other traders made really, really solid progress this week, which I was very happy to hear. And for some, it's going to come it's going to be like a holy crap moment where it's just going to finally hit you over the head of why you haven't been able to put the pieces together yet. And for some of you guys, it's going to take some time, okay? But I need to make sure that I'm trying to do my best for everybody that's in the room. And I know some of you can handle aggressive trades. I know you guys want those huge point payoff trades. And believe me, I want to give them to you and I want to take them, okay? Because it's my money as well that I need to be making, in addition to helping you guys teach. So the few people that I did have concerns about as far as adhering their stops and making sure that the stops are going to be in place, I'm a lot more comfortable now making those calls that I'm known for and calling them out and not just taking them without sharing them to the room. But I do expect you guys, and you know who you are, to put your stops in the market, play small size, because what I want for you guys is to be consistently green every day. Okay? And I am still not green every day. Okay? That's really it's probably never going to happen, but that's my goal. Okay? So once you get consistent, then that's when we're really going to start having some fun and start making some really, really good money. So again, going back to my trading, Ben is a fantastic trader. Daps is a fantastic trader. They have a more experience than most of the people in the room. Okay, they can go off and trade whatever they want. I need to work with them to give them more setups for their toolbox. But you have my word that once we're ready as a group, that I'm going to give you those same setups as well. But I need to make sure that we're all on the same page with our stops, that you are doing your homework, you are doing your chart reviews, you are analyzing your charts, and as well as doing some self-reflection, because self-reflection in trading psychology is extremely, extremely important, especially if you've been at this for a long time and you're still not over the hump. I know I'm probably 5 times now I said this, but if you've been doing this for more than 6, 8 months and you've been reading it and studying it and putting in the screen time and doing the demos and you still can't be consistent, there's something else holding you guys back. And what's holding you guys back is you. I can't put it any simpler. It's you. There's no magic formula about trading. Like everyone's going to say, there's a, it's secret. There's a magic formula. Give me $5,000, I'll give you the formula. It's crowd psychology, it's pattern recognition, and it's following the professional money. Okay? You need to understand how important that trading psychology, how important that is. And I'm trying to read Eric's comments right now while I'm doing this. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Eric. I mean, like you're one of them that had that aha moment. When I saw that on Twitter, I mean, I was freaking so excited for you, brother, because I know how bad you want this, and I know how bad everyone in this room wants this. Okay, but I'm just not going to be giving you guys calls. Okay, even though if you make money or not make money, I'm not going to be giving you calls unless you understand why you're taking the calls to begin with. Okay, you have to understand that. There was one trader in my past room that lost $30,000 on one frickin' trade. Okay, he didn't know why he was in the trade. Okay, he had no clue. He was just being told to add to it, to add to it. It's going to work itself out. Give it time. Give it to the end of the day. You don't trade like that, guys. You have to understand why you are in the trade to begin with. And that's my job, is to teach you why. Okay? Yes, thank you, Eric. And I'm going to. And you know what? I probably will lose a couple members because they want the calls. Okay? But that's not what this room is about. You guys have to understand why you are trading and why you are exiting. Okay? If you don't understand why you're in a trade, but you just want to come in and make the money, you are in the wrong room. Go pay some bullshit artist, excuse my language, $5,000, buy his DVDs, and you're still not going to learn how to trade. And you're going to be $5,000 less in your pocket. They will be back. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. But you know what? They're not going to be welcome back into the room. It's as simple as that. Like the ones that when I first opened up this room, I was full. Okay, and then all of a sudden it came time to join, and like, no, I'm gonna stick what I'm doing, and now where they ended up staying, that whole place is falling apart, and now they want to come back, and I'm like, no, I held a spot for you. You knew that this room was going to be about learning how to trade, not just giving you guys calls. Exactly. They had their opportunity. So if they were as passionate and as dedicated to learning how to trade as you guys are, they would be here. Okay? But when they decided that, even though I turned down other people to bring them in, and they decided that they wanted to stay where they are, they didn't have the passion and the dedication. They just want the fast money. Okay? And the fast money is what's going to kill you guys in this business. You can't get the fast money until you have a basic understanding of what the heck you're doing. And so far this past 2 weeks, you now know what to look for in a trade. Okay, and it's simple. We can get um, a lot more into the more difficult setups. Okay, but right now, let's stick with the simple stuff that's working. Okay, and let's work on getting you guys to $200, $300, $400 a day consistently. If you're making $400 a day, that's $100,000 a year. And I'm not saying this lightly, okay? Because in the beginning, that was like, I'm never gonna make $400 a day trading. I mean, it's like never gonna happen. You don't really understand, or you can't comprehend how easy it is to make that now. I mean, one trade with 300, 400 shares, and you're there. You make $100,000 a year trading, doing what you love. But you need to have a backbone. You need to know what you're doing. So I can't be more sincere when I tell you this, okay? When I tell you what stocks to be playing, please follow me. Again, the more experienced traders, do your thing. You guys are rocking and rolling, and you're doing great. There's no reason why you should be trading anything else than what I'm trading, because I'm trading these stocks for you. I'm not trading them for me. If I was trading for me, I would be trading different stocks, different betas, different volatility, which pay me more. But that's not what this is about right now. Okay? Exactly, Eric. No, if I want to feed me this week, I want to learn, and that's great. And that's what I want from you guys. I want you to want to learn. Okay? Everyone's going to be making money along the way. I am going to give you good, solid calls. Okay? There's no doubt about it. But I can't give you, the calls that other rooms are giving you, like with 1 or 2 point stops, and not even telling you why you should be in the trade, or why you should be getting out of a trade, or what. They can't even tell you what a moving average is, or what VWAP stands for. They just don't know. Okay. So once you learn, everything is just going to come so much easier for you guys. And I'm going to use Eric. I'm sorry, I'm using you for an example again, but your breakthrough, you have no idea how powerful that was. And for me to read it, that's what you needed, man. That's like hit you over the freaking head. That's exactly what you needed. Okay, and that's what the rest of the traders need to realize, that it's not something that's outside that's against you. It's something holding you back. It's you. You are holding yourself back, the majority of you. The ones that haven't been taught the proper way, that's great, because you have no bad habits to break. Okay? You're like a sponge soaking this stuff up, which I love. But the ones that are more difficult to break and to have these mental breakthroughs are the ones that have been doing this for so long and still haven't gotten the results that they want, or that they need, or that they expected. Okay? That's when you need to take a step back and look inside of you, because you have all these months and possibly years of losses, and you keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again, looking for the right chat room, looking for the right mentor. What the problem is, you're not looking at yourself. Okay? So again, please, even if you think this whole trading psychology stuff is BS and corny, go get Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Okay? The other book, which Eric has the name of it, I will post it in chat tomorrow. Like I said, I had it from 1999, and I still have it, and I still read it. Probably maybe like once every 3 months, I'll go and read it again. You need to get control over your emotions, okay? Because as I told Eric, and I think I told Mark, the market doesn't care if you have 40 years experience or 5 minutes experience. This is unlike any other industry you're ever going to be in, ever. So you need to be prepared in every aspect, from the fundamentals from the technical analysis, from adhering to your stops, from knowing what trades to take and what trades not to take. You need to always be on your toes. And I know a lot of you have part-time jobs, okay? And I know you just want to trade a couple hours a day. And I know a couple of you guys trade when you're working. And I know that's your only chance. That's the only opportunity you have to trade, okay? And I get it. I understand it. But you're not allowing yourself to focus on your trading because you're at work, you're going to get interrupted, and it's just not the ideal way. But if that's all you have to work with, then that's what we have to work with. So that just tells me that you guys need to be trading 100 shares at a time or 50 shares at a time, okay, until you feel confident enough and you know that, okay, I'm confident. I met my goal for the week, trading 100 shares. Now I'm going to try going 200 shares. Because if you're making money on 100 shares, there's no reason why you're not making money, twice as much money on 200 shares. Not to mention once you get to 1,000 to 5,000 shares. And that's like when I scalp, that's the size that I usually use. Okay. But that comes with time. Okay. It comes with time. And I will get you guys there. You just got to be patient. And if I lose members along the way, I will be, upset because I know I can help them. But at the same token, I don't want people in the room that don't want to learn how to trade. Okay, there are so many other rooms out there that are just giving you guys calls, but that's not what I want for you guys. I want to give you calls, but I want you guys to know why I'm giving you calls and why you're taking the calls. Because without that, you are not trading. All you're doing is being a sheep and you're being suckered in. It's as simple as that. And I say that with all due respect, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah, and I really want to know your feedback, Eric, on that booth by the book by Ruth. Chasing Money, absolutely. The education always comes first, guys, always. And everyone's promised you the education. They promise you the education. They are not delivering, and that's why I'm here. So I think the charts, unless I'm wrong, I think the charts are understandable as far as what we covered the first 2 weeks. Are there any questions on the charts or chart setups that you're missing? I actually want to go over this one chart too because I absolutely love this chart. And I'm going to make this full screen for a second here. This is JD.com. This was a 2-minute chart. Again, this pattern, I just want you guys to get it burnt in your head and never forget these patterns, okay? Opened up, got consolidation, and it had a base here around 30, let's say 35.80, okay? You can just draw a straight line, riding that 20 period all the way down. Then what happened, guys? Moving average cross, broke VWAP, came down, retested, and failed. What does that tell you? All to the wall, all in short. Okay, it rode the 9 period all the way down. Okay, and for those that say, that moving averages aren't being followed, just look at the chart. The chart speaks for itself. It rode the 9 period all the way down. And when this breakout happened, look at the volume spike. That tells me that this is a real breakout just because of the volume. Okay, so this had everything. All the stars were aligned here in this trade. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Like the basketball analogy. Broke the VWAP, retest, failed, moving average cross, volume, boom, short, hit the 20, retested the 9, failed, add, ride it all the way down. That's all you need to know, guys. That's it. The rest is in your head. Okay? The rest is in your head. You have to let your trades work out for you. You have to. So I guess that's all I have for the chart reviews. I already covered the arrows on my trades. So I'll take a vote tomorrow in the room if you guys want to see my arrows or if you don't. But more importantly, you listen to what I'm saying, not what I'm doing, because sometimes, you know, when I'm not making the the money that I'm used to making, because it really is hard and I'm getting acclimated. Like every day is getting easier and easier for me to be in multiple positions and to talk and to pull up other charts. That was really hard for me to do and to make that transition. And I'm still working on it. So sometimes I do have to make some scalps just to put some money in the bank. Because if I don't make my money in the opening hour or the opening half hour, then all day long I'm going to be scalping looking for trades, but I can't give you guys the attention that you deserve. So again, it's a learning process. We're in this together. I'm here to help you guys. You know that. You know what I look for. Um, you know that I'm the real deal. And anything you guys need, reach out, call me, and let me know. But let's just get the fundamentals down. Focus on the chart patterns. Focus on nailing them and having confidence. And if you're in a winning trade, just let it go. Don't take the money off the table until the chart tells you to take it off the table. Simple as that. So, any guys, you have any questions that you'd like me to cover? I know Mark had a question about some swing trading. Trill, Tril. That was a Superman play. Superman is one of those profitly guys. He's been pushing that stock probably 6 to 8 months right now, and I know it's starting to gain some coverage. I don't know much about the stock. All I know is a low floater. Superman loads up on the low floaters prior to, and then he has thousands and thousands of his Twitter fans, and then he'll post, he'll post about the stock, and then all of a sudden you get all these people buying it, and he's selling into it. So I'm not sure about Trill. I'll look into it. The good thing is, Louis, how you going, buddy? The good thing is, I think we're going to be having a new moderator join us tomorrow, um, which is kind of exciting to me because this person focuses a lot on small caps, the less expensive stocks, and this person is 1 in a million, the dynamite stock caller. She's going to bring so much to the table. And I'm also looking for another moderator that's going to help call out some additional trades, because right now, the person that I had as my wingman, I spent 6 months training somebody to be the lead moderator with me. It just didn't work out. So Don is doing a great job stepping up. Thank you so much, Don. But I know that I need stronger traders for you guys. Aside from Don, I need stronger traders, and there's nothing that's going to stand in the way of me telling you that I am going to make you a successful trader. So you just got to believe in me, believe in my process. Don't believe the hype from the other guys that are out there, because it's all smoke and mirrors. A real trader when you hear them. Okay, I would say when you see them, but you guys don't see me. You guys know when I'm in a trade because my breathing is different. I'm quiet. I actually trade. I don't just call shit out. I actually trade while I'm teaching. So that's it. We picked up a couple good members, for some other rooms that have finally, came to realization that, this person wasn't really trading and, doesn't really care about the traders. And I'm the exact opposite. So I want to see each and every one of you guys succeed. The swing trades, if this moderator is here tomorrow in my room, this person is going to be the one for the swing trades, for the less expensive stocks, and I guarantee you she will bring her best, and she's just going to make us that much stronger. Any other questions you guys want to go over? I covered my trading. I covered, my entries, my exits. We'll talk about my arrows tomorrow. We spoke about a little bit about the books that I highly recommend that you read. They are older books, so they shouldn't be that expensive. And we went over the chart patterns. I think we're good on the chart patterns. This week, I'm going to focus a lot more on level 2 reading and time and sales reading, and hopefully build on the pattern recognition. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. Yes, exactly. I think it's exceptional trading, the mind game, um, something like that. I'll take a picture of it, and or I'll post the name of the book in chat. Um, exceptional trading, the mind game. I'm pretty sure is the title of the book, and she's exactly right. It is all in the mind. And unless you get a fundamental shift in your thinking and the way you approach your trading, it doesn't matter if you're with me or if you're with another room, you're not going to be able to come across that line to be a successful trader. You have to understand what your roadblocks are. And everyone has roadblocks. You just got to figure out what they are. The 3 to 5 patterns we'll be talking about covering this week. I'll be in early out and do not want to miss. Okay. Yeah, no, I know Mark. And well, first with Eric, the one pattern. No, don't worry about it being a sheep question, man. That's why you're here, and that's my job is to teach you guys. Um, the 3 to 5 patterns. We already know about the triangle. We know about the support and resistance, and once that's broke, once support breaks, it then automatically becomes resistance. Okay. We already know about the lower highs and the higher lows. We know about the moving average cross. Think I barely touched on a cup and handle, the head and shoulders, the inverse head and shoulders. Those were ones that we'll cover this week, and I'll make sure I cover them next week as well on the webinar. Okay, they're just the simple patterns that are the go-to patterns that all the prop traders use. So when I am in a trade, I will call it out, okay, with the exception of if it's a scalp for me, because some of you aren't ready for scalps, and they are a lot riskier than trading the trend. So, but when I am in a stock, I will call it out. I did notice after this was brought to my attention last week that when I say, okay, Facebook last week, it kept on rejecting 8890s all day long. Oh my guys, Facebook's 8890 getting rejected all day long, 8890s. And here I am scalping the heck out of it, 8890s, and I'm just assuming that because I'm saying that it can't break the 8890s, I'm just assuming that you guys know that I'm shorting it, and that's shame on me because I should be more exact, and I can't assume that you know what I mean because you've only known me for 2 weeks. So I will be more clear with the trades. I will be more clear with my entries and be more clear on my exits. But for those that are struggling and trying, yeah, you will over time, absolutely. But in the meantime, shame on me for assuming that that you guys know what I mean. And again, this is a learning experience for me as well. But most of you guys in here are coming off some pretty big losses, okay? And I get it, and I understand it. But understand that it can be done, okay? It's not hard to do. You just have to follow what I tell you. And in a month from now, it's not working, then it's not working. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be working for you guys. I mean, Eric is proof number one. Evan's starting to come around and starting to see the patterns. There's 2 other people that I haven't spoken to, so I don't want to mention their names, but they had really, really good breakthroughs this week. And we're only 2 weeks in. So try to forget about all the stuff you've been told in the past. Forget about it because it's not right and it's not going to do anything except hold you back. So come to the room fresh every day. Listen to what I'm saying. Follow what I'm saying. If I'm not making sense, please use your mic and ask me the question because I'm here to help. I'm here to answer your questions. And while you're in the room, please take advantage of it because it's my job to teach you guys how to trade. Okay? And that's the point where I'm at right now. I'm fortunate enough to do this for a long time. I had some. I hope that's positive. I had some health issues about 3 years ago, aside from my back. Um, I was 40. I was 43, and I had a stroke. Okay, so I got a 6-year-old boy, 43 years old. I had a stroke. Whole left side of me paralyzed for about 2.5 days. Okay, so when I was lying in a hospital bed, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? My life can end in a heartbeat. What can I do? I love trading, okay, but there was always something that wasn't tangible. It was always intangible with the trading. It's like, okay, great, I'm pushing buttons, I'm making money, but what else am I doing with my life? So I mean, you know what? It's time that I want to start helping other traders learn how to trade. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's my turn now to pay it forward. And that's no bullshit, honest to God truth. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Um, I want to leave something for the next generation. And this is my way of doing it. So I'm here for you. Call me. We can do chart reviews. You guys know, I mean, I speak to a lot of you guys on the weekends. You know, just take advantage of my knowledge while you're here. Because if anyone's going to get you over these hurdles, it's going to be me. I'm telling you, you just got to give me the chance and give me the patience. The money will come. We're on our way. So thank you, Evan. I got nothing but respect for all you guys as well. So took up an hour and 12 minutes of your time. I hope you guys found this useful. And again, please forget everything you've learned from other rooms. Okay? Please, because what you've learned in other rooms is only going to set you back. You need to pretend like you don't know anything about trading and just listen to my words and just trust me. Yes, this is recorded. It will be posted. I'll send you guys a link out, and it'll be at your disposal. There's one or two other links as well. Right now, until I get my website figured out, everything will be on Omnovia. As long as you're signed up with my email, with your email on Omnovia, you can watch these webinars over and over and over again. Rich, I know you're new. I think you ordered that DVD, Oliver Velez, Essential Strategies to Day Trade for Life. That's the only Velez video that I would recommend you buying. All the other stuff, once you're ready, you can go to YouTube. I mentioned pristine.com. They have a whole bunch of free webinars, very similar to Velez. But once you understand the moving averages, you'll know why to get in a trade and know when to get out of a trade. And that's the most important thing. You guys need to know why you are doing what you're doing because you're playing with money. It's not monopoly money. It's real money. Okay. And to be in this room and again, to be giving me the opportunity of being your last shot, your last ditch effort to make it in this business, I'm going to give you guys all I have. The only thing I ask from you is to listen to me and follow me and don't go off on your own path and go back to your old habits. You keep on doing what you're doing, you're going to end up broke and it's going to take you out of the game. Take a step back, downsize your shares, Wait till you get an understanding of what we do here, and then the money will come. It's as simple as that. So, Mark, you're all right, brother. You're all right. So anyway, I'm losing my voice. You guys, I'll be a fool. Yeah, I mean, Eric, you know, there's just so much crap out there, man. You know that, and you know, it is what it is. No, I mean, there's so many rooms, so many gurus that are furus, and I just got to the point where I was tired of it, and here I am. So I'm making the best of it. I love doing what I'm doing, even if I can help 5 guys. It's 5 people that I get to help, and hopefully I can, you know, make their lives a little bit better in some way, shape, or form. So that's it. Any other questions? Nope. Okay, give me about a half hour or so, and I will get this DVD uploaded. Do we? Thank you so much, Evan. Appreciate it. I hope I hope Marcus. I hope you guys are learning. Rich, I hope you're learning a little bit. Um, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. So just hang tight. Understand it's not gonna be an overnight. Rags to riches. It might be a month or two, rags to riches, but it's not gonna be an overnight. But whatever made Eric have his holy shit breakthrough moment, you might want to reach out to him. And sorry, Eric, but like what happened to you with you finally getting it? If you can somehow explain that to the rest of the traders, would go a long way in helping them realize what they need to do. Because you need to understand the transformation that Eric had. It's huge. It's huge. And there's no doubt that his trading is going to be at a whole new level right now. No doubt. And that's what I want for each and every one of you guys. So I will email you guys out the link from Novia. Feel free to ask me any questions in chat tomorrow about this. And as always, just email me your questions that you want me to cover during the next webinar. I'll be focusing on level 2, probably a couple more charts, chart pattern recognition, and price action. That's my plan for this week. So we are going into the 4th of July week. 12-step program. That's funny, Mark. We'll be going into the 4th of July week, so hopefully we can nail it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I think Thursday and Friday is going to be kind of slow. And let's just continue to work on our circle, make a strong circle. Let's help each other out. Let's not be overwhelming the stronger traders with private messaging. Please overwhelm me, because that's what I'm here for. And I'm looking forward to the future as always. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for your time. And you have my number. Reach out to me if you need it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around 6:15 Mountain Time tomorrow morning. Thanks for coming. If you guys want me to leave the room open for, if you guys want to have a discussion, that's great. I can leave the room open. But I'm going to stop recording at this time, and I'm going to work on getting this posted up for the members that couldn't make it. So, Iconic Traders, thank you so much, and have a great night.